The shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart. You must return the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it is the right thing to do, because it is correct. A person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal, an absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening them with a law and the force that stands behind it. The shopping cart is what determines whether a person is a good or bad member of society.
Cart return is on the other lane, but it's right over there. Oh no. All right, boys, it's time to light her up.
That's not where the carts go. That's not where the carts go. Now you know that's not where the carts go, man.
I'm sorry.
Well, okay, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. The cart returns right over there.
Get the fuck away from... I feel like walking over there, okay?
You want to play? You understand me? I'm gonna fucking hurt you in 2 seconds.
I'm gonna fucking touch your fucking face.
With your lips? Are you gonna give me a kiss? What are you doing?
Cart narcs, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they narc on you? Cart Narcs is filmed alongside the men and women of Cart Narcs. Listener discretion is advised.
So, Cart Narcs, it started just as a question between me and a coworker. Why do people leave their shopping carts out? I just said, hey, why'd you leave that there? And immediately it was excuses, anger, threats. And so I was like, wow, there's something here. Because I was recording it for the radio show I work on, The Woody Show. So then what do? Is I guess I enforce public decency. And enforce in a very soft, gentle way. So I'm going around picking up loose carts, and then as I'm doing that, I'm keeping my eyes open for people leaving them out. And then I'll just approach them.
That's not where the carts go.
A shortcut.
Oh, so it's a laziness.
No, it's not. It's shortcut.
The shortcut, the front of the store is right there.
That's how we got to make sure we employ them. You know,
We have
a
a
job.
They will have a job there. I'm getting you a magnet, sir. You've got a great attitude, but laziness nonetheless.
You don't have to do what I say as the Cart Narcs. I just have a conversation with you, and I leave you basically a citizen's ticket in the form of a magnet. If you don't comply, you're free to leave with that magnet, but some people, they don't want it to end there.
Take that off my car.
I do want to take it off your car as soon as a slap on the ground.
Today on Dr. Phil, beware of the Cart Narcs.
You just don't know what the hell you're talking about because the evidence contradicts what you're saying.
So going into it, did you know how they were planning on portraying you?
Not until the day of, and I think that's intentional on their part. They weren't hiding it, but they weren't super forward about their angle was going to be. That being said, no one was on my side besides me and my mom.
You understand that right now we have the highest incidence of depression and stress levels. Deal with that and nurture those people is not to throw a camera in their face and antagonize them.
People have brought up that Dr. Phil it's what he does. He brings people on, the Catch Me Outside girl or whatever, and says, listen to your mom, you need to do better. And when I do a similar thing, hey, listen to, the sign in the the parking lot, or please pick up after yourself. Oh, I'm the bad guy all of a sudden.
You say you're a trained agent?
Sure, that adds...
Who trained you?
Me. Nice people, even if it was a bit of a smear job as far as point of view.
Hey, Cart Narc, I'm taking my cart back, you stupid fucking piece of shit. You ever run into me? Get the biggest beatdown out of your motherfucking life.
So what do you think it is about, the Cart Narcs and Agent Sebastian that he's able to evoke such outrageous reactions out of people?
This is interesting. I think it's very revealing of a feature of particularly American society, right? Which is, American society is intensely individualistic. Positive side to that, people don't like being told what to do, so they're suspicious of authority, and maybe that's a kind of a virtue. But there's, an ugly side of it too, which I think is that easily tips over into selfishness, right? And lack of respect.
I'm telling you, my friend.
Yes.
What do you think they're with my car?
Well, littering? Yeah, I'll give you, would you like this one? It says, I don't return my shopping cart like a jerk. Sort of clashes with the pain a little bit.
A little over 20 years ago, I was in a grocery store parking lot, and I had noticed that there were some carts that weren't in the pen when I went into the grocery store. It was quite windy that day, like high winds, and so the wind picked up and actually took this cart sailing across. And when I came out, I found one of the grocery carts with a big dent in the side of my recently purchased new van. I was quite upset, and because I couldn't speak to anybody who had left the cart, I did contact the grocery store.
The most common reaction is they pay people to do it, where they're talking about, oh, these kids, it's their job to go get the carts.
There are people that are paid to come and get that cart.
He gets paid to pick up the cart.
They pay people to pick up the cart?
You don't care?
No, because they pay people.
Well, now, ma'am, when you go to the...
What would you say to them?
Fuck you.
Upon reflection, I realized it really wasn't the grocery store's fault. It was whomever left the cart there in the first place.
I have never had someone who's freaked out at me and thought, oh, okay, they have a good point.
If they had a chair or something, they couldn't get out.
I'll remember that. Sorry.
Well, you can do it right now. You don't have to remember it.
Sir, I have cancer.
That's a big one, right? You think cancer, but again, she walked the cart all over the store with that cancer, returned it to the car with that cancer. Oh, and the kicker on it is after I kept talking to her and her husband got out and he was all in my face, she returned the cart with her, anti-cart cancer apparently. So
the next person could have cancer too.
Okay.
And we post these videos too, where when I bust somebody, all you gotta do is say, I'm sorry, and say, you know what, my bad.
See, if somebody admits they're wrong, I'll take it for them. Oh,
Totally wrong.
that's quite all right.
Being lazy and I'm embarrassed.
You know what, sir? You are a grown-ass man because that's taking responsibility for yourself, and I appreciate that.
That's not even all you have to do. That's like the best case scenario. All you have to do is just leave. Like if you've got a magnet on your car, okay, so what? Who cares?
When you touch someone's car, it's almost like sacrilege, right? There is this kind of, if you like, massive overemphasis on its importance.
I think bringing something to someone's attention isn't necessarily a bad thing. I do think you can cross the line, though, when you start to touch people's property or when you kind of provoke or poke people so that they get a little bit more agitated.
I'm not even going to save him. Oh, look what happens. Look what happens when we leave our carts out, sir. Do we not see the irony now, sir?
Motherfuckers don't understand. This is how you get killed.
Why?
This is how you get killed.
Over a cart?
The most extreme encounter so far, as I'm here alive again so far to say this. So he's in his work truck and I pull up and his car's, he put it up like on the curb on the grass. And I said, oh, hey, that's not where the cart goes. And he was like, yeah, sure isn't. Why don't you take it back for me? I said, well, I'm gonna put this magnet on your car, sir. And he said, no, you better not, and mother. And that's when he turned from like, ha ha, funny to reaches down, pulls out it looked like a Glock 9mm. And I'm not gonna take a bullet in the face unnecessarily.
Sir, that's a gun. All right, he just brandished a weapon at me. That is the first for the cart narcs.
But yeah, pulled a gun. I've had several people threaten to pull guns, including another guy also in Texas, coincidentally, who we found out later after I posted the video that he had shot a man like the year earlier.
Agent Cordell.
And I'm a killer.
Well, sir, that's not nice.
I'm fixing to put about 6 right in your forehead.
Sir, that's against the law.
After arresting him initially, police let him go.
This YouTube video shows the moments after the shooting.
Guys have brought out tasers that happened in Compton, actually, I believe.
You don't know what I got in my bag.
You can tell, I'm willing to listen, you can tell me.
And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I thought like emotional baggage.
I'm gonna tase the fuck out of you, man.
Oh, is that a taser? You don't need a knife, you can just use your hands.
I don't want to fucking touch it. I don't want the shit on my car.
No, come here, because I'm going to teach you.
Uh-oh, pepper spray.
I'm going to teach you.
Anyway, so to answer the question, lots of different weapons, but I'm not gonna fight anybody. I'm not actually gonna say, all right, let's go. What are we doing, fighting over a shopping cart? So I think it makes them even look more silly that I don't actually fight them. I make them use their words, use their logic to explain themselves and deal with the situation. Maybe one day I'll just do it just to see what happens, if they'll actually swing.
Get the fuck away from me, you son of a bitch!
Why are you raising your fists like that? See,
This is harassment.
This is laziness, is what it is.
Harassment.
I'm just
Actual criminal harassment, from every lawyer I've ever talked to, is more of an ongoing, prolonged, it's more like stalking. It's the way it's used about me is not accurate. I'm not harassing people in the legal sense. I've never been criminally charged. I've never been civilly sued. That being said, I would like to be civilly sued because I think it'd be hilarious.
You put this on the video on the internet, I will fucking sue you.
Sir, we have a great legal team. It's headed by...
That's great. I have a good legal team, too.
It's headed by Darren Kavanoki at 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Call 1-800-NO-CUFFS or 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Okay, so the following passage comes from a scholarly journal. Cartnarks videos are a hybrid concoction that trade people's anger for monetized views, cloaked by the pretense of a social mission. What are your thoughts on that?
They lean into the monetized part. It doesn't make a ton of money, pays for me to go around and travel, essentially. I wouldn't say that it's cloaked. Like, I didn't think of, because when you talk about how Cartnarks started, I wasn't like, okay, what can I do to really piss off people in a funny way?
Get the fuck away from my car. Go! Get the fuck away from my fucking car. Call the damn police on your ass. Get the fuck away! My girl, shoot your ass. Cease and desist touching my car.
But it is entertaining to watch adults behave like children. I fully agree with that. And I guess the solution would be then, well, stop cartnarking because people do act like babies. No, that's, to over-exaggerate, that's letting the terrorists win. That's saying, if you're gonna act like, I'm gonna act like a maniac because of a polite request you're making, so you have to stop making that polite request. I'm not gonna let that happen.
What are you coming back to take your cart back? Oh, see, I faked you out on that one.
There is this strong traction, if you like, to situations where people are being called out, where, what's on the line is people's sense of selves and sense of honor, dignity, okay? But of course, we tend to try to avoid such situations ourselves as much as possible.
It blows my mind how grown adults can't swallow their pride.
This guy is such a narcissist.
He wasted all that time making up excuses.
He thinks that nothing
instead of
bad
just
can
putting
ever
his ego
happen.
aside and taking the cart back.
He didn't even care.
Definition of lazy
Someone
I will
absolutely be informing
Get
the store
that.
manager that there's some lunatic harassing customers.
I was kind of lazy before watching Cartnarks.
What a
Now I'm
total
mindful
jerk
of putting
this
the
guy
carts
is.
back.
Thank you,
where
Cartnarks,
they
for bringing
belong.
shame and responsibility back to society.
30 lakhs.
In a public setting, I think if people don't want to be judged, then they should just put their card away.
Because of your videos, I recently started doing that, but just this one time I got lazy and complacent, and I was like...
That's why the Cartnarks are here.
If, knock on wood, everybody started returning their cards, that's great. There's other problems to move on to, It would be a cool thing to see happen if everybody did return their cards and I could move on to, picking up your dog's poop or whatever, So that'd be fine, quite frankly. It's one of those things, like with police fire or whatever, it'd be great if I didn't have a job. Because there's other stuff to do.
Perhaps seeing how other people react in these kinds of situations teaches us something too, in a positive way. Respect for others and, basic courtesy. There is this sort of line between what counts as morality and what counts as courtesy. Failing to put your cart back, is that a moral violation or is that just a kind of a, question of civility? Does one single test, determine whether someone is good or bad? Okay, or whether they can tell right from wrong? I don't think so.
Take your card back. Take your card back. You lazy piece of shit. Take your card back. Take your card back. You no good dick. Lazy. Yes, you got it. Yes, you gotta take it. Where you know it's gotta be lazy. What you think you're better than everybody. Been tossing and loose thinking only a few you so ain't cool. Lazy. You don't gotta be a drain on society. Ooh. Why you tryna put me in a bad mood? Cause you acting like a selfish fool. Take your card back. Take your card back. You lazy sack of crap. Take your card back. take your cart back.